This is entirely too loud.
Welcome to Entirely Too Loud. This is JC Cakes checking in alongside Rhodes.
Rhodes ETL checking in.
Rhodes ETL checking in. Today is Tuesday, May 11th. Welcome to the pod. Got, unfortunately, some sad news to start off the pod.
Horrible news, JC.
Horrible news. Former electric swaggy quarterback Colt Brennan from Hawaii passed away at the age of 37. Very sad. He was we were both, that's really when I started to get into college football.
Right around
that.
He was with Hawaii, one of those whack teams with Boise State, when that was just what was hot at the time. Don't know where I'm going with that, but
you started to kind of.
Sorry, I had something came up on my computer. It was very distracting. Colt Brennan, just a tragic loss. Definitely one of my favorite and swaggiest quarterbacks of all time.
So on that note, in honor of Colt Brennan, who I think we'll bring him up again on this pod because he could just fit in so many categories other than football too. Just fun to watch. We're gonna do the top swaggiest quarterbacks of all time in honor of Colt Brennan. And do you want to break down what exactly we mean by that? Because there's a very specific type of quarterback that I'm thinking of, and I think the word swaggiest doesn't do it justice. What we're trying to say.
It's a made up term, but I think we may. I don't know if we have same or different definitions of it, but I have a feeling we're going to be pretty much on the same page on this one. Swaggiest to me is three terms.
Oh,
it is. It's based on ability. It's based on style and. Define style for the audience. I would hope they know that term.
I would hope you would know it if you're listening to it, but obviously, the way you dress, you got to look cool doing it. Like Andrew Luck, no style. He didn't really look cool doing anything.
Not swaggy. Yeah,
not swaggy.
Opposite of Andrew Luck is what swaggy is.
Opposite of Andrew Luck, opposite of Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. That's the gist. To the complete opposite, though. So, I would say, what are we doing? Top five or what? Do you want to name your first one first?
We don't even need to necessarily rank them. We
just talk about them.
Names out and
all right. I'll let you go first because
see if we agree. I think the obvious current NFL player would be Baker, starting off as the swaggiest.
I like that.
But it doesn't just have to be current, correct? Like
no, not at all. It could be somebody who wasn't in the league that long,
right.
And style, you got to remember style. All right, so you're going Baker right off the bat.
But I do consider ability to be a big factor, not just style, but ability, and also attitude. Attitude. So you could have not the best style, but be a good player with just a lot of edge to him.
Oh, see, when I think swag, does the edge?
But to me, just to finish off that idea is that Baker would have all three. I believe in his ability. Some would argue.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, okay. And obviously he's got a good style. He rocks the visor. That's
I like his style is great.
Really matters for a quarterback.
His style is as good as he can make it, and it's pretty good. So
yeah,
that's good.
And then he's got the edge. So
never was a doubt about the edge.
Checks all three boxes for me.
That was an interesting point you had about the edge with the attitude, because for me, sometimes swaggiest quarterbacks, sometimes their edge comes back to bite him in the ass. So obviously right off the bat, you're thinking Johnny Manziel, even Doobie Haskins. He had a little swag. He had some swagger to him, but he was so bad you can't even.
Is that or
Dwayne Haskins?
You're calling him Doobie, huh?
Doobie Haskins. But
never heard that one.
Even because he was just so bad that didn't even matter. So I don't know. So, but what I would rank for swaggy's quarterback, if you went number one, Baker, my number one would probably. See, now this is tough. I'm almost thinking Lamar. I think you have to put Lamar.
I have him noted.
I wanted to put him lower, but I'm trying to think because now I'm thinking more current because current players have better style.
No, Lamar's good. He's definitely got some edge. He's very polite about it. unlike
no.
Baker is more
Okay,
bashful.
Justin Herbert is my number one.
Don't really see that at all.
Very
Don't see the
swaggy.
edge at all. Not
Rookie
sure where
quarterback and just
when we're talking about edge and Justin Herbert comes to your mind.
see. Well, the reason he
I
didn't
kind of like
immediately
when he had the flow. I guess that was kind of swaggy, but then he cut it, and now he just has a stupid spider baby hair.
It's also like if you listen to interviews with him, he's really like a boring guy. Like
so
you'd expect with the long hair.
You're arguing against your point.
I'm talking myself. It's really because now that I think of Swaggy,
let's pretend you never said.
Well, here's another point with Swaggy. I think you also have to factor in if you would want to hang out with the guy or not. I wouldn't want to hang out with Justin Herbert unless I'm like having a catch with him.
No. So yeah, you're just.
I would want to hang out with Lamar.
Fourth reason why he's not swaggy.
Yeah, I would want to hang out with Lamar.
If you want to say Josh Allen, I could get behind that. I think he's definitely got some edge to him.
He's got edge, but his swag, he has like
he
it's not
used
bad.
To rock the visor in college.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's he's almost too big to have good style.
Yeah,
size plays a factor.
Be hard. It would be hard. His bigness is his style to me.
Yeah, and that can't really account for what I think we're ranking.
Yeah, but I would toss him on the list. We're not, again, that's a reminder. Like, I know we rank a lot of things. We're not
ranking
right now.
This is just a conversation. Like whatever comes to mind. All right.
So I was going to say a current. We each name like 3 or 4 current, and then we'll do our all timers.
Can I just put a quick note, just because it's off of what basically a regression of what I just said, because this guy's huge. Cam has 6 thigh.
He's good. Okay, yeah, I didn't even think about him. I don't really think about him at all anymore.
Well, I'm not a big fan of him at all, but he does. We're not doing current.
Kind of sucks now, and
I've been saying he sucks, dude. I think Mac's gonna start second game. Every time Cam throws a slant, it looks like the tip of the ball is like 20 pounds.
Agreed. This is a whole topic in itself. Let's not.
Yeah, let's not swallow it with negative play talk.
Audience, we will be getting into that at some point.
Our audience.
Another day. Yeah, I was just addressing the audience.
Oh yeah, we'll get it. Audience, yes, we will be. Audience, we will be addressing that another day.
ETL community.
The community.
Anyway, so okay, we got Baker, we got Lamar, we got who is it? I think Josh Allen's kind of swaggy.
Okay, yeah, I would toss Josh Allen in there.
All right, that's probably enough. You can't call everyone swaggy. I think honorable mention. I think Matt Staffy he's pretty swaggy in my opinion.
His swaggy is not having.
It's way more on the grit and.
So gritty. See, he's my grittiest quarterback.
He's got a great attitude. Yeah, very swaggy.
Sometimes Ben, when Ben has the double spatted with the tinted visor, he can kind of look swaggy. But that was more
Ben Roethlisberger.
More like 10 years ago, Ben. Yeah.
Yeah. That's getting back into the girth.
That's on the edge. Yeah, that's true.
And Wentz, I guess we really haven't thought this out fully because I think Wentz has pretty good style.
I was going to say Wentz. I was going to say Tannehill.
Baker's the unanimous.
Yeah, right? Baker's the unanimous.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew you could even throw in because of swaggy, I think.
Yeah, but he doesn't start in it. You have to start to be swag. That's the first, that's the first prerequisite. You got to start to be swaggy.
If we wanted to be hardos, you could also put in Manziel.
We're talking current right now. I
thought you said we weren't.
Now we're gonna go all time. We're just wrapping up the current. Yeah.
Oh, underrated. I think Alex Smith could go on that list. Very underrated.
Yeah, especially early in his career.
Early.
But again, not even in the league anymore. So if you want to put him in your all-timer list.
No, I know. So now we're going all-timer.
Yeah.
Mike Vick number 1.
Mike Vick number 1. That's
it's too
easy. Yeah, it is by a mile.
It's not even close. He's the only one that came to mind really, other than actually no. I guess I'm not even gonna say it. No, that was more when he was in college.
Kind of here's one that you probably this will be a little bit of a shocker to you.
What?
I think Carson Palmer early in his career had
pretty. I hate that. I don't like that at all.
No. I'm a Carson Palmer guy,
I'm not a Carson Palmer guy.
I think he's a very slept-on quarterback. That again, another topic for another day.
Yeah.
I'll die on the Carson Palmer mountain.
I'm not going to die on the. I like it, but I'm not going to die for it. I'm not going to die.
I'm going to die. I will die.
No,
for that cause.
I will not.
But a different conversation for another day.
That era, they're like
okay. So we got Mike Vick and no one else. Is that You want to
Kind
just
of-
call it that because that is pretty.
Yeah,
much-
I think Michael Vick's the only swaggy, like all time. He's the best.
Yeah.
Nobody. It's insulting to even put other people in the
Yeah,
same listing as
yeah.
him.
I don't. Let's just talk about it because I think like some old heads out there will be like Jim McMahon was a punky quarterback. I don't think he's cool at all. I don't get the whole Jim McMahon thing.
Yeah, that's kind of just leave us alone about Jim McMahon.
Also,
leave
not
us
that
alone
good,
about
so,
Jim
like,
McMahon.
Yeah, leave us alone, old heads.
Old heads, unless now if a old head brings up if we get paired with him on golf and he brings up Jim McMahon, we're gonna have to
We're gonna have to pretend that we think he's cool.
Oh, see, I was gonna say
Because
I think we have to go.
if we say he's not cool, that's basically us saying the old head is not cool.
That's not respecting the old head.
Because the
And,
old
yeah.
head thinks he's very cool.
No, yeah, and the old head probably is cool because most old heads that you get paired up are cool. So we don't want to offend the old head.
Not all.
No, but I would say I would say 7.5 out of 10.
Wow.
7, 8.5 out of 10. Because realistically, we've never really been paired up with bad people except once or twice.
Well, we don't always play golf together.
Yeah, but we've played a
paired up
decent
with
amount.
plenty of bad people. You mean bad like as in shitty at golf, or you mean
No, just not cool head, not cool old
Oh,
head.
dude, I was okay. Let's talk about this guy I was paired up with a couple weeks ago, Dennis. Oh my god,
What's his name? Dennis.
Dennis. He was a freak. So I was just gonna go to the range just to hit some balls, but you know how it goes when you get there. I saw the tee box was empty, and I just like, how much to just walk on right now?
Oh, I like that.
And the price was right, so I thought I was just gonna walk right on, hit my tee shot and go.
Yeah.
Walk
Toss some
alone.
headphones in.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams, walk alone. And right after I hit my tee shot, here comes Dennis. This guy Dennis just like whispers to me from the back, and I turn around and it's like this like villainous looking guy. He looked like a villain from like, I don't even know. He was this bald dude with like scars on his face.
Oh,
and he wasn't wearing golf attire at all. He was wearing like a fucking tracksuit.
Oh my! So I expect Dennis's to be nerdy. So not a nerdy. Dennis?
No. He was like this very blue collar. I forget what he said he did. He was what do you call it? Like waterproofing guy.
Dave, the day waterproofing.
Yeah, he made
guy.
like houses and windows and shit.
No, Dennis,
whatever.
Dave.
Yeah. So
I
that's
just zoned out
Dennis,
for a second,
and he ended up being really good. Oh, and
so he was like good at golf or a good head.
Chain smoking blunts the whole time.
Oh, very.
Yeah.
See, that sounds like a great guy to get paired up with.
He gave me one. And
if you're not trying to get like a serious
kind of
round.
Scary. He was a scary dude.
Yeah, that's Muni golf though. Like that's the definition of Muni golf. Very Muni golf.
It's Whitney. You know Whitney.
Yeah,
The audience doesn't know Whitney.
You gotta love Whitney. Audience, you will come to learn
Muni.
Whitney. It is very Muni.
And I've never heard that term Muni before, but I think everyone could figure it out. Like municipal
Golf course.
pool. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, ew.
Beans.
Oh.
Municipal pool.
To our audience, I hope you're not swimming in municipal pools. Bean does that.
Yeah.
You'll meet Bean, friend of the pod, at some point. He's an idiot, but you'll meet Bean later.
He's an idiot. Yeah, there's really nothing more we could say about him. He's really just a simple fool.
So, gonna transition the topics
let's
here.
not talk about Bean anymore
at
now.
So here on the entirely too loud
entirely
too pod. That's a little forced though, I think.
Yeah,
but
we can't just change our name
yeah.
in the first
So
episode.
so here at the entirely too loud pod, we're moving on to a little something we like to call Map Sports.
Map
Sports. I don't think we're even gonna. We're not gonna introduce it, I think, or explain it. We'll just get into it.
We're not gonna explain it.
You'll catch on.
We're not gonna explain anything.
Yeah, it's your job to catch on.
Yeah.
You can think of it.
All is very straightforward. It speaks for itself.
And if you take it as your own thing, you can do that and then come back to us with your ideas, and we'll tell you that they're completely wrong because it's our show.
Your ideas. Yeah,
nobody cares about your ideas because it's our show. It's
ideas.
But we do want to hear from you. Yeah, it's our pods. We want to hear your ideas, but it's our pod. So anyway, Map Sports. Oakland A is looking to relocate out of Oakland. I don't really know anything about the ideas. I don't think they have.
Everyone's leaving Oakland.
Everybody's leaving Oakland.
That's Warriors,
Raiders,
What is going on in Oakland?
I mean, Oakland, I think sucks.
See, if we had a bitch,
we could have
sorry to our future bitch, but if we had a
bitch,
they would be researching this right now. What is going on in Oakland?
What is going on in Oakland? And for right now, because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So
let us know on Twitter what's going on in Oakland right now.
Yeah,
if you're from, especially if you're from
Oakland, please. I want one Oakland guy who's pumped about or who's pissed about like all the teams leaving, and I want one guy who's almost happy because he's so fed up with how shitty Oakland is.
I know nothing about
to the point where he's like, I don't blame him anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna do a quick Google search on what's going. Start looking elsewhere. Las Vegas and Portland. Don't go to Portland.
It's gonna be Vegas.
I think you have to go to Vegas, especially because
it's a no-brainer.
Do you see the Raiders just put in that like DJ club set behind one?
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. Well, it's gonna just attract.
It's Vegas. I guess it's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea for them. I actually like that. I like that they're just embracing the whole Vegas thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I just know they're gonna find a way to make it shitty though. They always do with stuff like that.
Well, I know it's just gonna be surrounded. It's gonna be surrounded with like the worst people who just buy. I just hope I just really hope.
But good in theory.
No, good in theory, I guess. But I just hope the rest of the NFL doesn't follow that. That would be horrible. It just turns into a bunch of like EDM kids going to see
You think the Packers are going to do that?
Giant Stadium. No,
definitely not a good look for the Raiders, though. Yeah.
No, not a good. But
not very football of that.
No, not football-y. And they used to be so. Oakland's gritty. Oakland's football-y. They loved it. But like Vegas, you're selling out.
Oakland,
which we'll sell out. Well, as soon as we can, we're going to sell out.
Yeah. Anyway.
So ideas.
Go. I think we both think it's going to be Vegas.
But let's talk where we would
probably should be Vegas, but where do we really want it to be? That's Map Sports.
That is Map Sports. So I think I know.
Okay, I know what the very obvious answer is. There's no team in Tennessee. We need a Tennessee team.
Oh, Tennessee. I was even going to say
or Memphis, either or.
Ooh, San Antonio.
Team.
No, there's too many Texas teams. A Nashville team would be sweet.
Yeah, right.
That would be dope. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Such a baseball area too. It's amazing.
You're kind of cutting in and out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. Keep going.
I actually saw a Map Sports graphic online that the A's just have like the whole South. They're like of all the leagues, not the A's. I'm sorry, the Braves.
Oh,
basically they own the South. There's no New Orleans team. There's no Tennessee teams.
New Orleans would be good.
New Orleans would be good, but I don't see that. I don't think of baseball. I think of baseball when I think of Tennessee.
Yeah, no, that's true. Definitely Tennessee.
You think of like Vandy, and you got in Vandy,
Burlington, Vermont. That would be so random.
I mean,
nobody would. They wouldn't be able to fill the stadium.
Yeah, if it's purely what we want, I want that.
I would want that a lot.
Oh, that would be awesome. They could have good for us. They would have the most unique everything fan base.
Yeah,
weird.
It would be bizarre. I think you would have to take hallucinogenics before going to one of those, just based off you would basically be going.
It should be in the concessions. Yeah,
it would be run like a. It'd be run like a carnival / like a minor league baseball.
I'm thinking the stands and all the artwork and shit is trippy.
Ooh, I was thinking it was more just looked like it was in the 70s. It just hasn't been.
That too. I mean, that's
an old field that just hasn't been touched in the 70s, and you're allowed to smoke cigs.
This is good. Okay. Going off that, I think Iowa. I'll be the baseball guy here, and I'll say Iowa, that Field of Dreams. They should have a team there, middle of nowhere team.
Just a bunch
Nebraska,
of cornfields.
Kansas, Iowa, just somewhere in there.
Yeah, and you should be able to you should be able to there should be a corn maze in the outfield that's kind of you're risking getting hit with a home run, and that's just a home run if it goes into it.
Yeah.
So, but there's a corn maze, so there could be a 5-year-old running down the corn maze, and someone
you don't know. That's part of the game.
That's part of the game. That's part of the risk, and that would be sweet. I would like that if they just had an overview of people running through the corn maze while the game was going on, and that could be a whole other thing while the game is going on. You don't even really need fans
camera
for that.
On the ball. Why is there no camera on the ball yet? And now that I think about it, why is there no camera? POV ball.
That is such a good. I mean, the ball spins though.
Yeah, but that would be well.
If you
Yeah,
could just
you're
have
probably,
like no,
you're
if you
probably yeah, no, but I feel you're being very realistic right now. Where I was thinking it would just be like as if you like the ball was just your face and you were just.
oh well,
But
see
you
now
it would spin and you wouldn't
no,
know
but now
what's
I'm
going
thinking like
on.
you could get it so the ball is like almost what do you call it? You can like transparent, and there's just a camera that sits in the
Oh,
middle,
like a
and
yo-yo
then
ball
yeah,
kind
and
of
there's an out
deal.
like a yo
Oh
ball,
my
and then there's a
god!
like the seam spin, which is basically like the outside of the
Wow,
yo-yo
dude.
wheel, and you can see
ETL changing
ETL
league
change.
right now.
Bitch,
Changing
write that down.
league.
Write your bitch, future bitch, write that down. Write that down. No, I think we're on to something. We are on.
They
I
could.
think
I mean, like I don't know technology, but I think technology's there.
I think the technology is definitely there, and I wouldn't be the least bit shocked if people are already starting to work on that. We should
Yeah, we should like really protect that idea.
protect that idea. I like that idea. Um, so, all right, that's part of the ideas of what we're talking about. Now let's,
Wow, a lot of ideas. We're just gonna be coming up with these ideas like
yeah.
rapid
Oh,
fire. So you got to keep up. Got to keep up.
this is just something that I was watching on Sunday that annoyed me. I was randomly watching the Phillies game on Sunday, and it was Mother's Day. Obviously, they're interviewing Joe Girardi in the middle of the inning, and at the end of the interview, they're like, "Joe, so who do you have to who do you want to wish a happy Mother's Day?" I get that like you should say that, and like don't. It's the middle of an inning. Let's not force Joe Girardi to be like, my wife, my sister-in-law, like, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
he's thinking
guy,
about the game.
there's one out in the top of the seventh. He doesn't want
Yeah.
to be talking about Mother's Day. And if he wanted to bring it up, he could have brought it up. Just that was anyway, that was just my quick thing on
Yeah, those sideline reporters.
it's really got to stop.
And I don't know who even likes that. Like, I as a fan do not care what Joe Girardi has to say about Mother's Day.
I think every fan,
Who's that for?
Nobody. It's like I think for every fan that is watching the game, when they do that, everybody's reaction is, why are they asking this guy questions when the game's coming? Like I think they do the same thing in basketball. Even I think it's stupid with football coaches in the middle of the half.
Someone needs to get through to these sideline reporters. Who's like a good like I know like Craig Sager was a good NBA. That's not the NBA guys are usually
usually good. But even I don't agree with like the halftime. I think we don't need that much insight into what's going on. There should be people at halftime that tell us that.
I mean, Saban is just the biggest troll when it comes to that.
Yeah, and that's all.
Even a troll. He just like literally shuts them down, and I love it. I think more coaches and players should do that.
Yeah, no, 100%. But then that's also my point. You never get any good content out of that. It's always them just kind of like, yeah, we got to do that. Like it's
the only good content is when they like
flip out almost.
Bitch the person. Yeah. Like when the Saban, it's my favorite.
It's like, one of my favorite.
No, my one of my favorite verbal memes. That's a good one too. Yeah. But when they asked him right before the game or right after whether they were going to start Tua or Hurts, and he goes, "I ain't telling you, so quit asking."
Oh yeah,
I love that. Quit asking.
Quit asking. Very good verbal meme.
But then everybody was like, "How could he talk to the reporter like that?" It was Maria Taylor, I think.
It's
it's just how could they talk to the reporter like that? It's like it was kind of a
because the game's on the line and we can't stop the damn run defense.
So quit asking.
So quit asking.
Well, anyway, so we covered map sports. You have a lot of segments and topics. A lot of what ETL is coming at you pretty fast here.
Yeah. So just so you'll be hearing Idiot Boy of the Day a lot. You'll be hearing.
So is Girardi? What is he? Oh, so the reporters.
The reporters are just my Idiot Boy of the Day. Who's your Idiot Boy?
I like that. I made myself as the idiot of the day. Idiot boy.
What'd you do?
On the same topic of Mother's Day, I was like, so I went to the mall at like, what was it, 10 o'clock? We had a 10:45 brunch to get to.
Ooh.
Very Mother's Day. Love a good Mother's Day.
Very
brunch. Motherly. 10 o'clock, I get to the mall. Apparently the mall, I don't know if this is just our mall or all malls. They've given up. They were not a single store was open at 10 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah, all malls are very sad right now. I've noticed that.
Very sad place. It was weird. It was downright weird. But anyway, so the idiot boy that I am. No, actually, this is not idiot boy good son right now. I drive in the opposite direction to go to this random flower shop. It was just the closest one. And don't know what I'm doing at a flower shop. Don't know flowers. Don't know what to get there. So
I never have any idea because
I see the guy in front of me get this box, this huge, crazy looking box of flowers. I'm like, okay, I'll like get me one of those. I said to the
very
lady.
expensive, probably.
She rings me up $150 for this thing, and I just felt too awkward to say no. So I paid the 150. I paid the 150, but then she's like, yeah, it's gonna take a while. And I see the lady making them, and this sad, like old woman's like trying to throw together all these things. She's like, "You're gonna be like fourth in line," and I just see this lady struggling to get one done. And I'm like, so like, I was too awkward to not pay for it, but I knew I had to get to this brunch. Otherwise, if I'm late to the brunch, the flowers are just
not even worth it.
So I canceled the order.
Oh, so that saved you.
Very happy to. Yeah, but idiot boy I'll go through this whole debacle. And then it turns out like literally right to my right, there's just a fridge full of pre-made equally pretty like it within my
Is it bouquet or bouquet?
Bouquet?
It's bouquet or bouquet? It's bouquet.
It's definitely bouquet. I think
bouquet. That sounds right. That's
correct.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I still ended up with like $70 flowers somehow.
Yeah, flowers are
I didn't know this. I did not know this.
Overrated.
So yeah, that's my idiot boy. Felt like a big idiot boy that day. Or in that moment, really.
Yeah. It could, but I would have felt like more of an idiot boy if
I guess idiot flower boy. I guess if you're
idiot
a
flower
person, I'm an idiot boy. I guess if you're a normal person, it's maybe an understandable conundrum.
I think that's understandable. I think so. I'm very bad at though. Like if I order something and I realize that I shouldn't be getting it.
Yeah, food. I do it food all the time.
All the time.
I order like a dish, and then I'm like, wait a minute, that thing was like $35. And then I'm just like, and it's like not too late to cancel it, and I just don't.
That happened to me recently, and I can't even remember what it was for, but it was so bad. And walking out, you're like, I don't even want this anymore.
Oh, drinks too. I'll get like a nice drink, and then I'll realize. And it's never worth it. It's never like fucking stupid ass cocktails.
The specialty cocktails. I had maybe 10 of them with Dave the other day, and the bill came out.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Like, what the?
It's fun in the moment, but it was
like a $300 bill. It was so bad.
Oh, Dave, are we?
So
you just dropped the name Dave, and Dave's a very special person to this podcast.
So
very special.
Very, very, very special. Very special Davis.
You're gonna meet him very soon.
You're gonna meet Davis very soon. So we're gonna have a segment. We're gonna get into a little gambling. I'd call myself a little bit of a gambling guy. Rhodes is not a gambling guy. Dave is
morally averse to it.
Morally averse,
but I'll let these degenerates. I'll humor them on that topic.
I was kind of going into a nice little introduction to Dave.
Sorry,
so I'm going to resume that. I'm a little bit of a gambling guy. I'm a gambling guy. Rhodes is not a gambling guy. Dave, wheeling and dealing Dave is the gambling guy. We're going to have a segment with him every episode. I think we'll work out the knots there. But look forward to wheeling and dealing Dave.
Every episode, I don't know about that. I don't want to be talking about gambling that often.
Okay, well, it'll be a segment on the show.
The audience decide. We're very.
Oh yeah.
Very.
All I have to say.
What's the word? I'm going to be doing what's the word a lot because I always overreach on words. You know, I want to pick the best word, and then I end up not knowing what to say. We're a very interactive podcast.
Oh yes.
Tell us what you think.
It's our pod. At
the end of the day,
at the end of the day, it's
not
our
going
pod.
to do your suggestions. But we'd love to hear.
Feel free to drop them. We'd love to laugh at them.
So yeah, wheeling, dealing, Dave.
All I got to say about wheeling and dealing Dave is I think most gamblers will appreciate this. He was down a lot. Bet I'm not going to put numbers.
The kid is not afraid of going way down.
Was way down. I'm not going to go numbers, but puts just an insane amount of money down. He live bet a spring training baseball game in the top of the 7th inning that he found out at that time he couldn't even watch. So he was watching Gamecast on the ESPN app and made it back to his credit. But that's the type of guy we're getting. And I'm excited. I'm excited for wheeling and dealing Dave. I'm excited.
Okay, we're doing an applause.
Yeah, a little applause.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Deserves it. All right, so moving on. I can't do. I'm gonna bleep that out. I'm gonna bleep that
Moving
out because somebody else.
We've been moving on. We have been moving on.
We have been moving on.
What's the time check here?
It doesn't say it on the thing. I don't know
that
why.
is tough.
It's really tough.
We're aiming for like 35-minute episodes here. Again, interactive. So
yeah, interactive. I have no idea what time we started though, so we'll figure it out later.
We're gonna get a hang of this thing.
Yep, we will get a hang of this thing. Also, if you're listening and you know how to edit or produce podcasts, reach out to us.
Oh yeah.
You can be a potential personality. We'll get you a microphone. All right, moving on. I think the only thing left we have to talk about, unless we think of other things, is bat flips. Oh, I hate your take on you. Do you want to go ahead and put your stance?
I mean, I think I was making a lot of sense to you. I just think I don't get the bat flip at all. I like these baseball guys go absolutely nuts over it. They're so offended, or they're just so pumped. They think it's like the coolest thing in the world, or the worst thing in the world. And to me, it's nothing. It's the man has put his bat down because he doesn't need it to run the bases. I don't know what difference it makes to how hard he throws it.
Well, to me, with the bat flip, it all comes down to the time in the game. So you take like the best bat flip of all time is Jose Batista's.
I know the bat flip you're talking about.
Exactly.
You showed it to me about 100 times.
Exactly. That's one of the best bat flips.
Every single time I'm more confused as to why it's a thing at all.
It's a timing thing. If you're up 8-0 and you bat flip a guy, it's like, what are you doing? It's just being not a dick, but it's just being like, all right, you've clearly never hit a home run before. It's more of like act like you've been there before.
I understand that to baseball people, to me, I just don't get it.
I don't like all the hype around it. I think it should be
it's too much hype.
I think bat flips are sick, but I think
if he like did something like he threw the bat at someone, now we're talking about
that would be interesting. There needs
that
to be
would be pretty disrespectful if he just threw his bat at the pitcher or something.
There needs to be more of that. What
catcher, and he just turns around and fucking spikes the bat on the catcher. That I would like to see. I would be pretty cool.
Or he takes the bat around the bases and hits the catcher coming back on the way. Like once he's already running.
Has anyone done that? Has anyone ever just taken the bat with them the whole time?
The most I think anybody's done it was Bregman brought it to first, and then Soto hit a home run the next inning and did the same.
So he didn't have the balls to.
I wish he would have kept
it all the way.
Yeah, at this
first base, that was probably a huge thing. Everyone was talking about that.
It was
and then he kept the bat.
And then Soto did the same thing.
I think you.
Now that I'm arguing against it, I realize how ridiculous it is.
Now, if someone would have had the balls to get up there and bring the bat all the way around,
that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Like I feel like the ump would try to chase him and take it out.
The ump would not.
The ump would be so stern with him when he gets back.
Oh, and I love just the whole ump look, very top.
He would have such a talking to him. He'd be like
the whole ump baseball to me is the weirdest, most ridiculous, just out there game.
It doesn't make sense. The managers, I don't know what
the managers
have to wear the uniform. They look like idiots. They look like an out of shape. Have you ever seen an out of shape? All right, MLB, fine. Why do high school head coaches have to
all levels? All levels.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And then nobody wants to see that.
If you think the manager is ridiculous, just take a look at the ump. Just forget. Look at what the ump is wearing. He's wearing like a fucking blazer and dress pants.
There are some
under these huge pads.
I do have to say some umps do dress better than others. Like the guys that wear the basically like the old school not tuxedo jacket, but the blazer. You don't need to do that. You can just wear one of the t-shirts that the cool young umps wear with the visors.
It's hilarious. I guess ridiculous. The t-shirts are a little bit. The t-shirts are a little better. Are they always built like fucking garbage men, or is it just the pads?
No, I always like a tall, skinny ref or ump.
I always see them the same. They look.
It's hard to come by. It's hard to come by.
Heavy with very thin legs, like that Steve Carell movie.
What? What's
who's the villain from Steve Carell? Despicable Me.
That guy. I don't know his name. Never saw it, but I know what you're talking about.
See,
That's a good comparison, though.
That's
but
a little after us. That's a little after our generation.
Yeah, but no, I see what you're saying, and that's not wrong at all. But a good skinny ump, it's hard to come by, but they look better. Because I mean, like you see these guys
better compared to like just this absurd
and when they get hit by a pitch or a foul ball, it's like they've been shot, which I understand. But let's train these guys to not act like they've been shot. Like that's part of what you're signing up for.
I feel like they are kind of getting shot in a way. Like
they are. It probably hurts so bad, but
it probably hurts a lot.
It should be a practice thing because when an ump goes down, it takes so long. I don't know.
I need to see an ump go down.
With that being said, I would collapse in a second and cry. But I don't know. I think there should be some training that's you need to train to get hit by these balls, I think, for their own sake.
I like that idea. And I think we have just provided the audience with a great pod.
Yeah, and
perfect
again,
length right here. I think they've had enough of us at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of us.
I'm getting a little sick of us.
But so this is just a taste of what we have to come. Again, remember we
definitely want to thank the audience though for sticking it out. Those who did.
Yeah, those who stuck it out, thank you. But gotta remember,
more to come. I've had fun here.
I've had a lot of fun.
There will definitely be more to come. Wheeling and Dealing Dave coming up.
We got Wheeling and Dealing Dave coming up. You got to remember we're a college football NFL podcast, so we're just kind of spitting ideas out right now.
Yeah, got a lot to talk about. Stuff. Pretty dead part of the year.
But hey, excited to get the first one out. Appreciate everybody for listening. If you stuck through, Rhodes, you got anything else to say?
No, that's it. Just looking forward to next time. Don't really have a definitive date as to when that episode would be. I think we're going to start with like one a week at this juncture.
Yep, I think once a week is probably going to be safe. If you don't already, follow us on Twitter. I can be followed at cakes_ETL. Going to work on getting an Instagram up. Rhodes?
Don't remember my handle at all, but you'll find if you can find Cakes' page, you'll be able to find mine.
Yeah. Also, find us on Entirely Too Loud on Spotify. Gonna upload this to YouTube, so it'll be there also. All right.